Hi, and welcome to this short video, which is going to give you 19 top tips when it comes to starting the carnivore way of eating. Okay, so number one, when transitioning to this way of eating, pick food you enjoy and eat to satiety, even if that means a lot of variety. So red meat, fish, dairy, pork, chicken, and spices. Undereating often leads to uncontrolled cravings and ultimately failure. Number two, realize that you are eating for your health and no one else. You do not need to apologize for what you are eating. People that are critical about what you are eating are not going to be there to support you in 5 to 10 years if you don't eat this way and your health is not doing well. That's a quote from Dr. Sean Baker. Number three, commit to trying the carnivore diet for at least 30 days. It's exactly what I did when I hit age 55. I thought I would try it for 30 days. And here I am 2.5 years later, age 57, absolutely loving it. I went from at age 50, I went to low carb. Then I went to keto. And then, like I say, on my 50th birthday, I tried a 30-day trial of carnivore, and I haven't looked back since. Number four, eat as much and as often as you want. Don't go into this way of eating expecting to lose weight right away if you're doing it for losing weight. If you do that and you deprive yourself, you won't adapt to eating only meat, and you're more likely to give in to cravings and fail. So make sure that you do eat plenty of food when you start. Number five, while many experienced carnivores will recommend that you stick to only beef and salt, or even mandate that you include organ meats, it's more important that you make the diet sustainable for you when you get started. So eat the things that you enjoy. So if you like salmon, if you like chicken, that can be included. Number six, focus on the cuts of meat you find most delicious and don't worry about organ meats. You won't develop any nutrient deficiencies in 90 days of trying this. And I have many 10-year plus carnivores who don't eat organs at all. One actually 21 years of eating this way and very, very fit. Number seven, when going carnivore, know what your why is. The reason for doing carnivore, your reason, can change the approach. There are two main reasons I've found that people do try the carnivore way of eating. One is for general health and for weight loss. And the second is for healing an autoimmune condition such as Lyme or chronic pain or inflammation, bipolar and other chronic diseases. So if you're doing carnivore for weight loss and healing, then you can eat pretty much anything from the animal kingdom. So obviously fish and eggs and beef and lamb, you can eat the whole gambit. If you're doing it for chronic disease resolution, then you can look at this way of eating as an elimination diet. Number eight, the next tip would be for your digestion. It can take time for your body to adjust to eating more animal proteins. Okay, so you may get constipation, or strangely enough, you may get diarrhea. If you do get constipation, just add salt and magnesium. If you get diarrhea, add HCl and digestive enzymes until your body has adjusted. Just give it a little bit of assistance at first. Number nine, be confident in the fact that you are getting all the nutrients your body needs. One of the turning points for me being carnivore was actually being interviewed for a podcast, and it was called The Confident Carnivore. And we talked about the fact that you shouldn't be ashamed of what you're doing. It's a very healthy way of eating. 350,000 years, humans have been eating over 80% of their diet, the animal flesh and fat. Tip number 10, we often recommend the addition of a real unprocessed natural salt used daily to manage hydration. When you start eating this way, because with the lack of glucose incoming, you tend to lose some water weight. Basically, one molecule of glucose will attach itself to 3 molecules of water. So when you have less glucose, you have less water. So when coaching clients remove all their carbohydrates, they begin to lose a lot of stored water. Simple as that. So just make sure that you're hydrated, but including salt is a good thing. So things like Redmond's salt or Malden salt in the UK, those sort of things, real salt actually. Number 11, don't underestimate the slight awkwardness of social situations. Don't be the guy there and preach, obviously, but be prepared to answer and enlighten those around you that still think that kale is healthier than a juicy fat steak. By encouraging and answering questions, you might just encourage friends and family to try your way of eating too. One of the biggest things is you begin to look like a good example. You look the picture of health, you start to lose weight. I have plenty of coaching clients who are coming off of medications and really thriving with this way of eating. So the more their family see them, the more they begin to question them in a different way as to, well, what you're doing, it obviously works, that sort of thing. Tip number 12, for some, it might be best to slowly transition from your current diet to the carnivore diet. You see, you can't just wake up and say, right, that's it. I am only going to eat meat from today, because for some people that won't really work. So if you find transitioning difficult, then you could look at reducing things first. Like, for instance, saying, okay, I'm not going to have pasta. The bread's out for a bit. I'm going to get rid of the potatoes and get rid of the big sort of starchy things that are quite easy to take out of the diet. Some people do go straight into it and do really well. So that is very personal. Tip number 13, try to eat meat that has a good amount of fat, as it can be cheaper to buy from your butcher. So for instance, if you're looking at ground beef, or as we call in the UK, mince, you can find it with 20% fat is actually cheaper than the lean beef mince. But of course, the fat is actually good for you. Not only will it make the meat more tasty, it will make sure that you are getting plenty of healthy fats along with the protein. So here's some quick tips. 14, eat until feeling full each day. 15, let the meat, like steak, for instance, rest for a short period after cooking to get the best taste. And 16, a really big one here, dump the vegetable oils and start cooking in butter or tallow or lard. Vegetable oils, sunflower oil, those sort of things, rapeseed oils, absolutely terrible for your health. There's plenty of quick things to look at here. Carnivore meal planning, for instance. It's very easy to plan your meals. You can pick a protein, then you can pick some fats, just talking about getting fats in there. So that's just a little tip. Okay, tip 17. Some people find milk and yogurt can stall progress. So be aware of that. If you feel that you're not losing adequate amounts of fat, if you're trying to lose weight, have a look at your dairy intake. Tip number 18, if you need snacks, then have them prepped in the fridge. So have some boiled eggs, some ham, some cold meats, some ready cooked crispy bacon, those sort of things. Always make sure that you have some really good carnivore snacks handy. And tip number 19, make sure you find some support. So you could use Mighty Networks or YouTube channels or friends, or you could even book some online coaching. So anyway, that's my quick tips to help you transition into this way of eating with an animal-based way of eating. So hope you enjoyed that. And if you've got any comments, please comment below. Please make sure that you subscribe and like if that's possible. Thank you for watching.